Article 17 of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights states, 1. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. And 2. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. This is an interesting concept because ownership from a traditional Aboriginal point of view did not exist. It was only until Western culture or people with a different concept of what ownership is introduced the idea of ownership to people that traditionally had no concept of ownership. So, for example, in a traditional Aboriginal context, it was not the people that owned the land, it was the land that owned them. You see, Aboriginal people never had items or things of material value which they considered theirs. It was the items and material objects which were that of the community. And this was the same with land. So really, in reality, a better word to use in this context is custodians or custodianship, understanding that the people that were living in a specific geographical region, they had a sense of responsibility to their place, but the concept of them owning it and it being theirs was, as I mentioned, it was the other way around. It was the thing or the object or the place which owned them. So I find this article interesting because it caters to a Western mind frame. It doesn't necessarily cater to the mind frame of a traditional Aboriginal context. And this was not just Aboriginal Australians. This was your great ancestors as well. It was a point in which I think it was sort of the agricultural revolution where we all sort of started to put a value on things and understand, well, if me and my family, we can grow X amount of, crops, we are entitled to more of a value than, let's say, our neighbours. So in a way, we all understand the inherent nature of a shared society and a shared value system. And I think that this, in the context of a Western framework, makes sense, but from a traditional Aboriginal framework, it could be looked at differently.